I'm Olivia Bailey, and if you're seeing me right now, you're probably watching EHC-TV on Comcast Cable. However, you might be listening to WEHC 90.7, and it might be halftime show of the basketball game. Whether you're seeing or hearing me right now, we're glad you're tuned in. Today, I have guests from the intramural program. I have Brett Sample and Chelsea Crowley. Thank you guys for being on the set.
Thanks for having us.
And we know that intramurals are kind of a substitute for varsity athletics in college. Can you kind of explain the program and what it provides to students?
Well, our program is made up of 24 different events throughout the year. Starts usually about the first week after school begins, and then it'll end about a week or two before finals at the end of the year. We just invite students to participate, fill out team rosters, and participate in the different events that we have posted throughout the year.
And we were talking before the interview. You said when you came in you had about 8 or 9 intramural activities, and now you have 24. Can you kind of explain what some of those are?
We have a whole list. It's posted on our bulletin board outside the cafeteria. But we have 24 different events. It starts usually with tennis in the fall, flag football. There's a whole list there that I don't really want to sit and list them all, but you can see them on our bulletin board. You could also look at the website. If you go to EHC.com, you can go to athletics. It's under the athletics site. So.
And you set these up like regular athletic events, and you have student referees. Chelsea, I know you're involved in some of the student-led activities that intramurals provide. What is your responsibility?
Before and after games, I go in the office and do some office work like setting up for games and updating points. And then on game day, I help with setup and for scorekeeping.
Okay, so students are going to sign up for these and then be able to participate. What are some of the motivations or incentives that you have for students?
Well, one of the incentives we have is if your team or you win the tournament in that sport, then you get a T-shirt. Unfortunately, I think you haven't won one yet, but you're still trying.
I know that you brought this T-shirt just to spite me because I've participated in intramurals and provide a lot of activity for students. And I know that you're coming out with something new as an incentive for athletes that participate in this. Can you kind of explain the Athlete of the Year and what that consists of?
We have a team event as well, but we also have an individual event, and we have a trophy for the team that put in, and now we just started the individual Athlete of the Year for men and women's division. So Chelsea will talk a little bit about that.
Basically, you just come and participate, and we have a point scale, and you get points for participating individually and on teams. And I'll just do top 3. As of January 27th, for the men's, the top 3 were Nick Copeland, Sam Line, and Jessup Lambert. And then for the women's, Chelsea Hollyfield, Haley McCool, and Martha Fluharty.
And getting these points for this award, is it better to participate in more events, or is it how you participate in the events?
I would say you need to participate. The more you participate and the farther you go in a tournament, then the better off you are as far as earning points.
And both of you are active on campus, have several responsibilities outside of the intramural program. Can you both kind of talk about what you're involved in on campus?
Go ahead, Chelsea.
I'm a RA in Stewart Hall, which is the freshman all-girls dorm. I'm also in the social sorority Delta Omicron Pi, and I'm a member of RHA.
And Brett?
I'm the director of intramurals. I'm also an area coordinator. I'm also the theme house coordinator along with Jimmy Whited. And there's a lot of responsibility coming with those jobs. And
you both talked about student life and being involved as an RA and area coordinator. Every day your jobs both require dealing with students. How does that impact your relationships here on campus?
I think through intramurals and through being an RA, I've got to know a lot of people on campus.
I just try to be a presence and help students get through the tough years of college.
And you both might end up playing against some of your residents in your halls. How does that feel? Is it competitive?
Oh yeah, it's a lot more competitive when you're playing against people that you know really well.
When you're on a staff team, everybody wants to beat the staff.
And playing in intramurals, what have some of your experiences been as, as a staff member and as a student?
My favorite's probably basketball and volleyball because there's more people that come out to watch them.
I think you get to build a relationship with students that they don't always see you in that light, and so it's really fun to get to know students in that environment.
And so you both seem to have a competitive nature here. So having intramurals as a substitute to varsity athletics, what is the participation like on campus? Do you have a lot of students participate in these events?
Last year we had 48% of our on-campus students participate in intramurals. This year we're trying to boost that up to 51%. It's just something that it keeps students busy, gets them the stress relief that they can compete against their friends or build relationships that way as well. So.
And I know coming into orientation, I'm an orientation leader. You do your own intramurals event and have students with input and what they would like to see in the intramural program. I know it's growing every year. Are there any future additions that you look forward to putting into this program?
Chelsea and I were just talking about this on the way up. We're going to change out some of the Wii events for next year, and then we're going to add in, what did we say?
Punt, pass, and kick.
Punt, pass, and kick is going to be added this year. Cornhole tournament and tennis doubles.
Punt, pass, and kick. That's something that I'm not familiar with. What is that?
Basically, it's a set of basically 3 events. You'll have a punting, passing, and a kicking competition. There's set rules and regulations that you'd have to follow, but they're still in the works about getting that worked out. I know a lot of other campuses do this, so and a lot of people in our organization, the National Intramural Recreational Sports Association, we're a member of. We've been a member of that for probably about 9 years. Something that I was heavily involved in previous jobs and school, and so they do a lot of events as well. So.
And in relation to other campuses, how does Emory and Henry stand up with the intramural program against other colleges around the area?
I honestly feel like we stand out above a lot of the other colleges just because of the amount of events that we have. Some smaller schools don't have as much, and some have more. But I think we offer a great T-shirt. We offer a trophy at the end of the year, a plaque to the athlete, male and female athlete of the year, and the teams as well. And so the T-shirts are really hard to come by, and I think there's really a sense of pride in them wanting one.
And we've got several intramural events going on right now. Can you kind of highlight some of those and what are coming up so that students can get involved?
Currently we have indoor soccer and volleyball going on, and for the month of February we'll have basketball and Guitar Hero and dodgeball coming up.
And are those team events or are those individual events?
The dodgeball is a team event. You can register. You'll have a registration time for that. The volleyball and indoor soccer are in their tournament phase now, so we're going to be wrapping that up, and basketball is a team event as well.
Okay, perfect. Well, we look forward to seeing all the competition within the intramural events and wish you both the best of luck on your respective teams. Thank you for joining me again.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You've been listening to this sports interview on Emory and Henry Reports on EHC-TV. You can find us on Comcast Cable Channels 70 and 95 on Wednesday and Thursday nights at 7 p.m. A replay of basketball games also follows this program. Thanks for joining me, Olivia Bailey, for this sports interview.